There's a common fact overlooked when you build your own computer. It's not hard to build a computer. You can watch one of my guides, Linus's guides, Jay's guides, Steve's guides. We all put out different guides, right? And there's different levels of intricacies and all that stuff. The problem with building your own computers, once you do one, maybe do a second one, you're pretty good. And if you're really invested in like the LTT forums, you're pretty good at understanding like what to buy and what to avoid and everything. And then you're constantly wanting to change things. You're never satisfied. And I think a lot of people might fall into this trap. I know I do. I've wasted a lot of money on tech. Doing this for probably about a year and a half. I didn't because I couldn't. Now I can. I kind of do. But I went out and bought a Celsius S36 used. Really good deal, like $50. And there's a problem. As you guys saw, I can't get the front on. So I got a case that's very similar that I should be able to hopefully get the front on. So this is going to be the unboxing and overview of the Corsair 275R. We have our handy dandy box cutter back. Hopefully I don't hurt myself on it. It is sharp and all right. So I was trying to think between the Fantex P400 and this. The problem with the P400s, I've had it before, and there were things about it I didn't like. And it doesn't support anything past like I think 100 or 165 millimeter fans or coolers. And I do plan on bringing back my previous cooler, the air cooler, in the future. So first things first, hard foam, but it's pretty thick. Looks pretty good. I did get it white because I don't know. I've liked white cases a lot recently. My Air 540 was white. My NZXT S340 Elite was white. Let's see if I can do this without getting all messed up here. I did. Ooh, I can feel the static as I hit the camera there. So I'm going to try to get this off. The other thing is Fantex makes good stuff, but Corsair is a little more mainstream, more customization. So I believe this does support a vertical GPU mount. Probably have to buy it extra, but either way. I like the smaller form factors. I don't want to go too big. So here we can see in all of its glory. The one thing I'm curious about here is, let's take off the front panel. Okay. This does just pop off, it looks like. I was like, don't break it. I just literally got it in. There we go. Getting the front panels off is always tricky. You don't want to break anything. So it looks like it does support, it said 395 front GPUs. But if that's including the fan, we're good, because my GPU is only 310. So even if it's not, it's actually going to just fit. So this does support 360 millimeter radiators, which is important. Put this back on here. The airflow is not, I'll be honest, it's not 100% great. Obviously, you basically have airflow just in the bottom. But we do have a 360 millimeter rad, so actually no, you have airflow on the sides too. So that's not bad. So you have airflow here, and you have airflow here, and then obviously the other side. So good stuff there. Interestingly enough, how does this come off? Ah, it does come with the tool you need, Allen wrench. So not something I see very often, but I'm okay with it as long as you include the tool. In this case, it is something standard. So I actually have a bit to take this off. And that's in there pretty deep. So Allen wrench will probably be really annoying to deal with, but oh wow, that's a deep screw. That's good. A lot of the cases I've worked with recently that have tempered glass, especially on the cheap side, they're not very deep. Even my wife's 460X, it is deep, but I'm just not a fan of it, which is why I didn't go with that case. I want to go something more budget-ish. Then again, I am PC Budget Solutions and all. Well, so we'll get this open. If I can figure out how to use a screwdriver. Then I'm not going to take my card out yet because I do have to deconstruct that computer. And I will. Oops, that came out with that. Okay, so here's the bad news. This is a plastic side panel. Same thing that I've seen in a lot of the more budget cases. That doesn't bother me. Just have to be careful, so we're going to leave the, well, probably scratch the inside. It's a little bit heftier, though, than some of the panels I've seen recently. So, should be fine. My wife is going to kill me if she sees I'm putting stuff on her desk. We just talked about that. Okay. So we are approximately, oh wow, so 30, 39, and then we will if need be. Just got to lock this in. .36. So it's 360 millimeters. That is going to be close, but still be fine. So where we're at here, I'll show you what I mean. So, no, it's 370. So when they say 395, they're talking about the whole width. So 370 millimeters. This fan is 25 millimeters thick, right? So we have 370, and my graphics card is 310. The liquid cooler is about 40. So add 40 plus 25. That gives us 65 added to 310, 375. And this is 395. So we're actually going to have 2 millimeters of, or 20 millimeters of clearance. So basically the card is going to actually come to about here. So we actually have a bit more clearance here. So that's good. Not really a big deal, but not exactly a bad thing either. I could probably mount the rad on top. I want to avoid that though. I want to bring, because my cooler puts out a lot of heat into the case. Not that my current system overheats at all, but it is a really well ventilated cooler. Apparently, oh, I lost 2 of these. Great. I'll find the other one after I'm done shooting. Let's take a look at the back here. So, standard stuff here, as I smack something with it. Power supply, shroud cover, 2 5 1/4 bays, or 3.5 inch bays, SSD mounts. We're definitely going to mount the SSD right here. If we can. No, we won't be able to. So we're definitely going to mount it back here. We do have a punched out centerpiece right there. These are removable here. It does have a GPU. You can do the GPU vertically if you do have the whatchamacallit, adapter. But if you do the math, if it comes out to here, it's going to be right up against there and possibly choke it. So we don't want to do that. So interesting story. This video is going up about 15 minutes before you guys are seeing it. And it's not because I did it last minute. No. It's been up for a couple days on schedule. And then I watched the conclusion and realized, oh, I missed a lot. I was supposed to. It's happens when you film different days and things like that. But here's the thing. The Corsair 275R is a good case. I'm probably not going to use it much longer. A friend of mine sent me a case, the Lee PC011. Looks really interesting, and I actually have a build coming up for somebody that might actually use this Corsair case, so that'll be how I offload it. But I'm not getting rid of it because of what I'm going over. I'm getting rid of it because just always want to try something new. Here's the problem with the case. The quality control of this case is not good. I had a bent side panel where the screws in on the back, thumb screw, and I had to take some pliers and bend it. That was definitely a problem. I moved it around a couple fans. The fan screws were rusted. It's another problem. You know, there was one other thing that I can't remember off the top of my head, but there were definitely some bigger QC things I was not happy about. And I get it, it's a $70 case, but these are quality assurance, quality control. Not, I would like this or I would like that. This is something that, you know, the case has what it has, but you expect what it has to be manufactured right. And me being a reviewer, I mean, granted, they didn't send this to me, I bought it, but they need to keep that in mind that I'm actually going to give them a lot of marks off. In that I recommend the case under the assumption that mine was more of an outlier. But we don't know that. There might be other people that have similar issues with things not lining up properly, having to, you know, re-drill out a hole here and there, which I had to do. That's a problem. But, you know, it is what it is. It could be one-off. So my recommendation is it is a good case. It ticks off a lot of things off the list, assuming the quality control isn't an issue for everybody. That's my take on it. So, if you did like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. Get subscribed. I'm going to leave a link for Amazon where to buy it because, like I said, I do like the case overall, though. But as always, this is Steve from PC Budget Solutions, and I'll see you later on down the road.